Thursday morning to you on this edition of the Drive-By Chaplain. I'm Chaplain Richard DeFord, and this is the first one I've done of these in a while. It's a nasty Thursday morning, and I've just been kind of processing my thoughts. And to be honest with you, I have not been in the Word as much lately, and I feel that. Sometimes we get busy with all the things that we are doing in this life, and some things suffer, and unfortunately a lot of times it's quiet time. We've got just a lot of stuff going on in our world today with COVID and everything else, and just been kind of thinking about, for whatever reason, the death of my dad a few years ago. He died in 2017, and we're coming up on the 3-year anniversary of the last time I saw him, which was my birthday weekend in 2017. He died a month later, and just kind of been thinking through that. And one of the things that I have noticed, even right now, when we go through difficulty, a lot of times we put on a face. And I don't mean a face like ladies put on of makeup to hide imperfections on the outside. A lot of times we put on a face to hide struggle on the inside. And that face looks like a smile, a forced smile, it may look like busyness. It may look like the need to just push through. We make that face up with a lot of different things. Sometimes it's even hyper-religiosity. Sometimes we start talking about how blessed we are, as if we're trying to talk ourselves into that. But the reality is the struggle is real. And as we encounter struggles in this life, it reminds us that, Scripture tells us in this life there will be struggles. If there weren't, we'd have no need for heaven, right? We'd have no use for thinking about what heaven will be like. But be that as it may, in my own personal struggle, I've been thinking about, the face that I put on. And I'm glad of what Scripture says. That sound that you hear is my windshield wipers going back and forth. It's an awfully nasty day here in central Missouri. But I'm glad Scripture says in Philippians, "For the Lord does not see as man sees, for whereas man looks at the outward appearance, the Lord looks at the heart." Just kind of reflecting on that verse. You can't hide things from God. You can't put on a mask from God. I mean, you can try, but God knows the number of hairs you have on your head. I don't know that. I have no idea how many hairs I have on my head. God knows that about me. God knows the thoughts that I have before I have them. He knows the thoughts and intents and motivations of my heart. I don't know that all the time. And so I just want to encourage you today, watch The Mask. And I don't mean the movie The Mask. I mean watch the mask that you put on. That putting on a mask doesn't fool yourself. Sometimes we put on the mask and it fools ourselves. And it encourages us to not do the reflective work of what is inside, what our struggle really is. The mask can fool a lot of people, but it doesn't fool God. But thank God for His grace. Thank God for His love. That even when we put on a mask in front of others, He sees and knows all, and He still loves us. So I don't know what your struggle is today. I encourage you to confide in someone, to know someone cares. A lot of times we get into that trap where our mind begins to tell us that you don't matter, that no one cares about you, and the reality is that is absolutely not true. And so I encourage you to look for that person that you do trust. If you don't have somebody, call me. Text me, message me. I would love to be a support to you. Because the struggles of this life sometimes are too much for us to do on our own. And having a person in your pocket that you can pull out when you need, that's a pretty important thing. Just remember, God does not see as man sees, for whereas man looks at the outward appearance, the Lord looks at the heart. Have a great day.